All right, well, we're going to have some proclamations and commendations. We'll go in this order, and if you're here, the first one will be for the National Disability Voter Registration Week, and then a proclamation on the National Parks and Recreation Month, and then some recognition of some folks that have the fastest boats in the water. So we'll be right down here. And who's going to help me on these? Do we have?
Ben's coming up.
It's always fun to do these sort of things. Somebody asked me, said, how come you always have council members come down there? I said, you scared to do those? And no, I like to get the council involved and kind of pass them around so everybody participates. So that's, we try to do it on a rotation basis, but sometimes somebody pops up if they're the ones that introduce the resolution or the recognition. So, but anyway, we do involve our council, and we're glad you're here. And this is for National Disability Voter Registration Week. Got to get, let's see. Well, that's next year's all the stuff going on. They're campaigning too early. Okay. Ben?
Thank you, Mayor. In July, people with disabilities and our supporters celebrate the anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act, or the ADA. There are over 50 million people with disabilities of all ages living in communities throughout the United States. The disability community has a critical interest in policies enacted at local, state, and national levels that affect the integration of people with disabilities, young and old, into our communities. Getting the disability community involved in influencing public policies is essential if these policies are to meet the real needs of people with disabilities to live in the community. Voting is one way for the disability community to exert their influence at local, state, and national elections. Rev Up America, Register, Educate, Vote, Use Your Power is a national effort to encourage state and local disability community voting coalitions. Members of national disability rights communities are organizing a National Disability Voter Registration Week, July 15th through the 19th, 2019.
Now therefore, pursuant to the power vested in me as the mayor of the city of Corpus Christi, I do hereby proclaim July the 15th through the 19th National Disability Voter Registration Week in Corpus Christi and encourage the growing involvement of the disability community in our political process. So I hope if you're watching out there, they can give you some information other than, I guess, going online to register or however you do that. Somebody can speak to that just quickly. And you're the person going to do that? Yes, sir. All right. Tell us your name.
My name is Melvin Kimbrell, and I'm a member of Adaptive Corpus Christi. We're a member that we're trying to get everybody to get out there and educate them, get them to register to vote, and use their power. You know, get back involved in the political process. Our interpreter this morning is Miss Tony Padilla, and we're on here with Coastal Bend Center for Independent Living, and some of our partners are the League of Women Voters, the Deaf and Hard of Hearing Center, and the Oasis Center for Mental Health and Intellectual Disabilities. And we are advocating to a large population of eligible voters that are disabled to become more involved in our political process and how their vote is largely to their benefit in matters that directly impact their daily lives. We are here to ensure that they have the opportunity to register to vote, that they are educated in the voting process, and that voting is accessible to them without any undue restraints. Register, educate, and vote. Use your power. And I want to thank our city leaders for their year-round support and our efforts to be treated as any other citizen in our great sparkling city by the sea. Thank you very much for honoring our campaign and designating July 15th through July 19th, 2019 as National Disability Voter Registration Week here in Corpus Christi, Texas. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you. And there's your proclamation that you can have there, and we appreciate that. Not only do we want to encourage those with disabilities to vote, but folks that don't have disabilities also need to be encouraged to vote. So we want everybody to get a chance to participate, and we appreciate it very much. So let's get a picture here if we can kind of come on in. Who else is, you need some more coming down? You got some more? All right. And thank them for what they're doing. It's really important.
Oh, sorry. I lost my place for a second. Michelle's helping you on this one. Hi, how are you? Thank you.
All right, our next one is recognition of National Parks and Recreation Month. If you're here for that, come on down. And while they're coming down, let me encourage all of us here in the chambers and who may be watching on television, who may see this later. Every one of us can make a contribution to a more beneficial and enjoyable visit to our national parks, our state parks, or our city parks. If you would, just bag your trash while you're there and take it with you when you leave. That would be of great help, and it could very well save you lots of money, because if you leave it there, we got to pay somebody to go pick it up. So I'll throw in that little free advertisement for keeping our beaches and our parks clean. Jamel, who's going to do this? Oh, you're going to do this. All right. Gil Hernandez, our city council member, is going to do this one, and thank you.
Okay, everybody, come on in. Bring it in.
There's room for everybody.
Don't be shy. We won't bite. Okay, National Parks and Recreation Month. Parks and recreation programs are an integral part of communities throughout this country, including Corpus Christi. The programs are vitally important to establishing and maintaining the quality of life in our communities, ensuring the health of all citizens, and contributing to the economic and environmental well-being of a community and region. Parks and recreation programs build healthy, active communities that aid in the prevention of chronic disease, provide therapeutic recreation services for those who are mentally or physically disabled, and improve the mental and emotional health of all citizens. Parks and recreation programs increase a community's economic prosperity through increased property tax values, expansion of the local tax base, increased tourism, the attraction and retention of business, and crime reduction. Our parks and natural recreation areas improve water quality, protect groundwater, prevent flooding, improve the quality of the air we breathe, provide vegetative buffers to development, and produce habitat for wildlife. Our parks and natural recreation areas ensure the ecological beauty of our community and provide a place for children and adults to connect with nature and recreate outdoors.
Now, therefore, pursuant to the powers vested in me as the mayor of the city of Corpus Christi, I do hereby proclaim July 2019 as National Parks and Recreation Month in Corpus Christi, and urge every resident to take time during this month to recognize the benefits derived from parks and recreation resources. And Jamel, I'll hand you the proclamation and give you a chance to say a word. This is our Parks and Recreation Director for the city of Corpus Christi, and we want you to help him be successful by keeping our parks clean.
Okay, thank you, Mayor, Councilman Hernandez. Parks and Recreation Month is so important. Throughout the country, Parks and Recreation Month is celebrated for a very long time now. We're very privileged here in Corpus because our park system is accredited. And that happens with all the folks that are behind me. So we have superintendents in our finance, in our parks, in our recreation units, our beach operations. So during Parks and Recreation Month, we encourage increased activity. We're busy all year round, but during Parks and Recreation Month, the month of July, we picked, I suppose, the longest of all the months, 31 days to celebrate it, to have more of an increase of our swim lessons, our beachfront activities, and so forth. So my team told me don't carry on here, but I certainly, because we love our parks, and as the mayor said, help us keep it clean, and we want to contribute always to our property values and the economic growth of the city too. So thank you all very much, and team, thank you guys very much. You guys are awesome.
Michael?
You're far back. I'm in the front. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see you.
Thank you all.
Thank you all very much. I love the shirts, man. Guys look
Looks
good.
good.
Thank you.
Those do look pretty good, actually. Uh-oh.
Lewis.
Good to see y'all. Mr. Lewis, good to see you.
All right, the next one is Fish for Life. I overlooked this one, I guess, when I go down the list. I apologize. Fish for Life. And Councilmember Harlow's going to help me with this one. Pressure's on so she doesn't mess it up with her son here watching her.
Yes, I do. Thank you, sir. Hand me that. Yeah, scoot on over. Okay. Good morning, everyone. So this particular organization is extremely important and dear to me because I've known this fellow for 20 years, and the work they do just is amazing, unbelievable, and very much needed. So I'm more than grateful for everything you do, and I'll tell you a little bit about that now. So in 2009, Chuck Goodwin, to my right, started Corpus Christi Fish for Life, a faith-based nonprofit organization that works with at-risk children and their families. Working with the business, school, and church communities, Fish for Life offers leadership, guidance, and support to cultivate hope and transform the way youth see themselves, their families, and their future. Many inner-city children are living in impoverished conditions with inadequate housing, little or no food, and a shortage of clothing. Fish for Life helps meet the basic needs of children and youth so they can develop intellectually, artistically, and socially by supporting young artists through school and citywide art contests. It also establishes and maintains mentorship programs, establish and cultivates relationships by providing high-quality, supervised professional sporting events and half-day fishing experiences, and identifies and expands services as needed. The Fish for Life leadership team includes Chuck Goodwin, the president, Will Deaton, vice president, Lee Bailey, treasurer, and Tom Campbell, Kimberly Moore, John McNeil, Steve Keenan, Alex Garcia III, Jeannie Keenan, Alan Harwell, and Dr. Morris Porter, who all serve as directors and coordinators. Fish for Life has sponsored several events for the youth, including the Coastal Bend High School Art Contest, the first annual Wildlife Fish Hatchery Tour, and fishing trip, annual elementary back-to-school shopping trip, along with providing scholarships to youth for events they participate in. We commend Fish for Life for their hard work and dedication in mentoring at-risk youth. Thank you for cultivating hope and making a difference in transforming lives. They are our future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I'd like to give this to you and have you say a word, and we appreciate all you do and will continue to do.
Thank you, Mayor and Paulette, Council. I'd like to just point out Dr. Portis. Dr. Portis just really anchors our board. His experience and influence in the city is invaluable. I can't say enough about Lee and his photography, and he keeps our website. Will back here, his experience with nonprofits and business is invaluable. Tom lives in Austin, and he brings a lot of influence from that area. Alex is our volunteer coordinator. Jeannie is our mentorship coordinator, and Kim is Miss Everything. Thank you so much. We could have all the money in the world, but we couldn't do it without this team.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Yes, he is. He was. All right. As you know, we had a big celebration with the mayor's 4th of July Big Bang, and the one of the activities during the 4th of July celebration was a regatta, and here we have the first, second place winners and the first place sailing class. Make sure I get this right here. So, but we want to congratulate them and appreciate their efforts to just add another area of entertainment and participation in the 4th of July and helping us to celebrate that. So now let me see if I get this right. Now y'all help me here, so I don't mean to. John Bell, as I live and breathe. Okay, the first place working sales class. What does this mean? Oh, they're not crazy. Okay, basics. Basics. All right, they use all the sales. First place working sales class, Chuck Griffin's Hunter 45 DS Huntress 2 is the winner. Came in first place. All right. Well, congratulations. So based on John's definition, you're the only sane one in the group. All right. The second place all sales class, John Bell's J105 Kinderspell 2. Is that correct? Well, congratulations. All right. And the first place all sales class, Alec Harris's J80 Defying Gravity. So congratulations to that. And we want to commend you and congratulate you on that, but really they are the group that gets behind the Etchell sailing events that we had this year, which was a fabulous opportunity for our community. And last year we had, what was it? Youth World Championship sailing. I think next year we got something else, right?
So we're booked up, and we're going to continue to be booked up for Corpus. The Finn Nationals will be next year. Following that will be the J22 Worlds. Following that will be the J24 Worlds. And we cannot thank the City Marina enough. Gina does not get the recognition from us that she deserves, but they're out there helping us every single way make the city shine worldwide in our sailing world.
Well, we appreciate all that you do, and we want to thank them for that, because that gets us really worldwide recognition, as well as those folks spend a few bucks when they come to town. So we always like that. So let's get a picture of these sailors, and then we'll be on about our business.